I've been spinning way too long, checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. My breath fogged up the glass, and so I drew a new face and laughed. I guess what I'm saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanity and just go with the seasons. It's
The brave people I've been talking about. They tell me of good news. They tell me of nice stuff. I'm here to find out the details of the stuff. Mr. Glow tells me he can kill any people with a simple method. Glow? I don't like. Dr. Blanc tells me he knows how to pick off heads left and right without anyone noticing. Dr. Blanc. Interesting, but no. Mr. Ziggy, you say you have a knack for making things blow up anytime, anywhere. Tell me, what's your secret? Picky boogie doogie.
Oi, what's going on? Really? Now then, can I have my wallet back?
No, sorry, that's just the saying that your teacher used.
Katsu! Alright, now you try it.
Yeah. Ketchup?
Ja, kära barn. Nu är det dags för sagostund med Alf Johan Johansson, Galinas Karlsson, Nilsson Stonsson, Peter Pickensson, Rang.
That's it! I've had it with you! Untie me, Pooch! Or I'm gonna seriously wound you! I'm gonna seriously wound you with this.
Are you mad? You don't know the power of.
Oh, you bet I'm mad, baby! And I'm about to unleash it! The power of the.
Mr. Bent. Hello? Yes? Have you any idea how much damage that bulldozer would suffer if I just let it roll straight over you? How much? None at all.
Hello? Did you say hello? No, I said hello. I did close enough. So what can I help you with? Do you want to take my new energy drink with 2 extra sugar? Mmm. Wow.
Runka Marsson, Göran Peter Niklas Ballakort och Nörsen befläckande Svensson. Det var en gång en riddare som hette Karl Birger Bertil Kukrunka Rörsson Ollon Skitjung Korta Svensson Juan Marie.
like that intercom said
Sparta!
I'm a little yellow fish in the deep blue seas. Oh, somebody help me.
Baby, you can never be sure. There'll be knock, ring, letters through your door.
Yeah, you'd sure like to let the nice man through your door. Or would you? Raggarsson, smeksalami, kortklädd och överens, Olsson Dorfink, Pris Bertilsson, som jobbade åt och skyddade den adliga knugen. Claes Östersen, Sköld, Runkare Svensson, Stigberg, Böj Långsked, Sven Anders Kortkuk.
Our super mega death Christ compels you!
The mother of all wars has begun!
Why are you naked?
How does this happen?
Oh, fuff. Your primitive notions of modesty.
I have detected disturbances in the wash.
Did you just soil yourself?
Henrik Wolter Jonsson, Björn Berga Ståpik, Nappe Göran Göransson, som härskade över den ståtliga borgen. Jo.
Shouldn't you connect those components together somehow?
Ja, hvad fanden? Strømmen finder vejen.
How many shadow clones you want me to make?
Well, let's see.
Over 9,000!